DeSales Community Housing Corporation is a community-based community development corporation. We're a nonprofit organization incorporated in 1976 to serve the Fox Park and Tower Grove East neighborhoods in South City to promote investment and development and improvement of the housing stock in those neighborhoods.
At the beginning, it was mostly moral support and being a center to meet other people in the area that maybe weren't on your block but were 5 or 8 or 10 blocks away. So DeSales was very much a part of bringing people together in a really constructive way. It was the early parts of urban renewal in the city.
We started acquiring some property. We would then hold it and sell it for redevelopment. And that worked well through late 1980s. At that time, then there was a economic recession and other stresses that the neighborhoods were going through. So beginning in the 1990s, we determined that if anybody was going to get that pipeline of investment flowing into the neighborhoods again, it was going to have to be us. So that's when we got into the property development business.
And it's just exciting to see how this neighborhood has transformed since the 80s and where we are today. It just feels good being part of that.
We took on the challenge of starting our own management company and managing our own properties.
And it's great housing that accommodate families and makes you want to stay. It's more than an apartment. It's a feeling of a house. And that's what they offer to me and my family.
We've distinguished ourselves in more recent times, I think, is by having that perspective that looks beyond our immediate service area, and we've looked to build collaborative relationships with other organizations in the city.
Northside Community Housing has been working since the 1970s to rebuild and revitalize the Greaterville community of North St. Louis City. We figured with DeSales being in the same type of business as we are, that they understand the importance of who moves in and the maintenance of those properties to the overall stability of the neighborhood.
Beginning June 1st, 2009, we began managing a portion of the Northside Community Housing portfolio to the point where we manage about 150 units.
The families appreciate the manner in which they are approached about issues, and that's very important because in the end we want the families to feel comfortable so that they're willing to stay for the long term.
They treat me with a lot of respect, and I give back because it's my community, and I care about my community.
It's like that relationship. It's what can we do to help them, but also what they can do to help us. And that's what makes the neighborhood and the community stronger, and that's what DeSales Housing can do.
I like to think that everything we've done as an organization has set us up to do the next thing. So we started out in the multifamily development business, got involved in some commercial property after that, and we were approached by the Garden District Commission to come in and manage that organization, and particularly manage the McCreetown redevelopment project.
Botanical Heights is rapidly transforming from the days of being McCreetown, which at one time was one of the worst neighborhoods in the city. But the garden needed outside help in terms of all the technical skills to really make redevelopment happen. And we needed to have someone that could run with the ball day in and day out with modest oversight.
Seeing that things get done, it's all involves working very closely with the city of St. Louis. So I think that gave us good qualification for doing the work with the Garden District Commission as well.
Tom Pickle and the DeSales staff has really represented the garden extremely well in the community, but particularly the local residents, as they need to have the faith that the garden was really behind something that was going to really transform this neighborhood.
And then to make acquaintance and attract a developer like UIC to come in and start out with one building in Botanical Heights and then build from there to what they're doing today, involving both residential and commercial development in the neighborhood. It's amazing to see.
Our special focus is in the Botanical Heights neighborhood, where we're the selected developer working in partnership with the Garden District Commission.
What is really enjoyable to see now is ongoing transformation that's very positive in terms of the number of young families and businesses moving to the area.
But it took that right dynamic of us as a for-profit developer trying something different with green construction, with marketing towards families. At that time, partnered with the expertise of DeSales, with the Garden District Commission and the Missouri Botanical Gardens being committed to the neighborhood and having laid the right foundation for the neighborhood. It would have been hard to replicate what we've done so far without that particular partnership.
I think it's that perspective that looks beyond just individual neighborhoods and realizes that there really needs to be greater collaboration and cooperation among neighborhoods in the city.
And that's what DeSales is. It's all about being part of the community and engaging your neighbors and the residents. And you know what? That's something I want to be a part of.